I'm back, and with the training video. This video is about choosing one exercise per body part. For example, if you're short on time, short on energy, short on motivation, you just want to get into the gym, do something constructive and get out in a short amount of time. Choosing an exercise is quite important in that situation because it obviously has to be an exercise that is beneficial, but also you actually have to want to do it. So what I tend to do in this situation is not just choose the number one exercise for that body part, which could be like squats, example, for quads. There's no doubting that's one of the most important exercises for legs. But if you're short on energy, short on time, and especially short on motivation, you want to choose an exercise that is not only beneficial, but you actually enjoy doing. That way, that short amount of time you've got, you're actually going to hit the exercise harder. You're going to do more reps and I think more sets. Now, these sorts of sessions are actually quite important. This is the glue that keeps your training together because not every session is going to be about personal bests and smashing it. A lot of training is just turning up and getting on with it, consistency. And if you're not in the mood, then turn up, do something you enjoy doing because you're much more likely to get benefit from that. This consistency is really what where a lot of people will lack their progress. When you don't want to train, go and do something you enjoy. So saying that, I've made a selection of exercises, one per body part, that I enjoy, but also I get benefit from. You might not choose the same exercises that I've chosen for this video. It's a bit of trial and error. These are the ones I've settled on that I enjoy, and I'm much more likely to do these exercises when I'm not in the mood to train. Also, in this video, you'll see me do a couple of techniques to get the most out of that short amount of time and energy that you may have. So drop sets, rest, pause sort of set where once you hit the limit, pause, rest for a few seconds, and then you can actually get a couple of reps out. It's quite surprising how quickly the muscle will recover in a matter of seconds. Unfortunately, no spotting sets because I'm all on my own in the garage. But yeah, just to give you an idea of how I would approach not just the exercises, but the training technique as well. Also, what you'll see in this video, because it's the first video I've made for a while, you might see the evolution of me experimenting while I was making this video. The first exercise shot badly, bad lighting, the front-facing camera. The second one, I chose the front-facing camera. No, whichever, the main camera, and the quality is better. Now, because it's a small garage, I couldn't fit everything in. Amazon came to the rescue. I got a little widescreen clip-on lens. Again, the quality isn't amazing, but it enables me to get more information to the screen so I can hopefully show you more exercises. So I'm not going to ramble on too much more. Here's my choices for one exercise per body part. I hope you enjoy. I do like a ramble. Get your dumbbells, squeeze them together. I think you've seen this already in one of my previous videos if you've watched it. And we're going to get into it. Keep the dumbbells nice and tight, pushing them together the whole time. So push, 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 squeeze, 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 and together. So what this is doing, you have a press movement and a squeezing movement. If you're being honest with yourself, and you're squeezing all the way up, because the chest has two functions, squeezing and pushing. And the squeezing is what really gives it pectoral development. So come. I've got a few seconds, can do a couple of reps. So again, that is what I would do if I'm short of time and I want to do chest. That's got the benefits of a squeeze, which is fantastic for pectoral development. You've got the obvious benefits of the strength in the press. Triceps come into a little bit of delts, but not too much. And the delts are protected because your hands are in a nice neutral position. Okay, so now it's a bicep exercise. Again, I've done a video of this previously, but it is my favorite exercise for biceps. When I say biceps, it's forearms as well. It's, for me, pretty much The only bicep stroke arm exercise I will do, even if I have time for more. I just think this is such an awesome movement for the biceps. What it will do is it'll give you a strength in the forearms with a grip, and it builds the outer head of the bicep, which makes it look wider and fuller. Initially, you're going to grab the dumbbells, obviously. Now you want the top of the hand where your thumb is not to rest on the plates, because then your forearms aren't doing the work. This has to be all about the grip. So you come up and then down. So I'll show to the side so you can see where I'm coming to. And down. And that's a hammer curl. Right, that's heavy, so you can swing a little bit. Now I'm going to go up a little bit lighter. Doesn't feel that much lighter, but so you can get a bit more of a pause at the top. Control the weight some more. And again, watch the hand. It doesn't rest on the plate. It's all the outer head of the bicep and the forearms. And then nice and light. And this one, just keep it moving up and down. And when you're going on the light one, again, what I tend to do is not drop to the straight relax. I'll come up, just keep that tension at the bottom and then back up again. So down, keep the tension on and up, not down, and then do it. So this is a constant tension. Really keep the blood working in the muscle. And you rep out. And remember to breathe. Okay. Hammer curls. Such a complete bicep and forearm exercise. Nothing compares as far as I'm concerned. So that's biceps. Okay, next up, triceps. I'm doing a skull crusher variant with the cable. It's it's quicker. You can just get the bench in place, get your cable in, job done. You're not racking plates on and off the barbell. It's slightly safer because obviously it's a cable, you can just let it go behind you. And I actually like the tension, the constant tension from the bottom all the way through to the very top of the exercise. The cable is always pulling on you there. So there's skull crushers on the cable, or cable crushers. Could work. Yeah, anyway, let's do these. You'll see what I'm doing. I've got a slight incline again. I think it gives a bit more of a stretch. So watch my gymnastics and my wonderful flexibility as I grab this 3-step barbell. Again, easy bar if you've got one. It's easier on the wrists, I find. Now I put my hand slightly behind my head. Because here, I'm not so bad with the cable because there is constant tension. If you're doing this with the barbell, gravity now means the triceps aren't doing a lot, but here, now you can feel the triceps are constantly on, and it's just like keep the elbows nice and tight together and squeeze at the top. Remember, try and keep the elbows in. As you get tired, they'll probably start coming out like that, but focus on trying to keep the control of them. And get as much stretch as you can. See there, I could probably shorten the chain a bit because I'd like to come a bit further down, but and again that constant tension there. Nothing else working here, just the triceps. That's nicely done. So again, you're getting a nice stretch, full range of motion, that squeeze at the top of the cable, that constant tension. The triceps don't stop from beginning to end. And again, this routine, these exercise choices are more about getting the most bang for your buck with the shortest amount of time or the shortest amount of energy. And that's all triceps, top to bottom. You'll feel a pump from them. Okay, next up is back. For back, I'm going to be doing T-bar rows. Again, I'm trying to keep this video fairly tight, so I'm not going to go into too much detail. But again, I think T-bar rows are the ultimate back exercise. Yep, deadlifts, all that stuff. Also brilliant. But for what we're trying to do with this routine, as in choose one exercise that you enjoy but also gets results, T-bar rows has to be up there for me. Number one. The position for your back, your hamstrings, your glutes, everything come in, the back, the arms. It's just a really good all over exercise for hitting that posterior chain plus the lats, and it thickens your back out, nice density like nothing else. So position the camera and just show you how I do them. I'll run through a quick set as I have been doing, and wallop. Okay, here we are, just setting up the T-bar row. I've got my plates also loaded up. Bar is secured at the other end in a homemade landmine press, but when I was training at the gym, I would just find a corner somewhere or a wall and just roll a dumbbell over the end of the bar, and that should be enough to keep it in place. Some gym owners aren't too keen on doing that if you're going to scuff up the skirting or the anyway, okay, so get in position, come down into a squat, protects that lower back, and then to about here. Now, as you can see there, that ended up being 20 reps, slightly stronger than I was expecting to be. I put 420s on there, thought I'd get a few more or a few less on the first and drop down. But again, principle behind this being you're here for one exercise. Things like drop sets really are useful. So that's back. Now, shoulders. For shoulders, I'm doing press, but it's not a regular forward or behind the neck press. I don't do behind the neck press as a rule. I think it puts too much stress on that shoulder joint, and if you're just a regular guy who wants to exercise, get into good shape, the risk and the reward for me just isn't there, especially where shoulders are concerned, because once they're damaged, it's so hard to come back from that. So we get into position, set the bar a reasonable height. There, looks reasonable to me. And I have a fairly narrow grip. Where are we? Does that look? Yeah, just slightly wider than shoulders. There and there. And we're going to up and step out. So we're going to press, but only slightly over the head and then behind the neck. So up and back. And that's it. Not all the way up. So just again, I'll just show you. And over and back. If you want the real master to show you how to do this, I saw this exercise on the Athlete X channel, so proper technique would be from him. But since I've seen that, I just can't stop doing it. It's such a good exercise for shoulders. And I heard explain the real reasons why. But it's the front, it's the sides. Keep the elbows slightly forwards. That seems to be the key to not putting the shoulder in a vulnerable position. And for this, just go for reps. I find that the shoulders really benefit from high rep stuff, much more than going heavy. Again, the risk reward isn't quite there to justify really heavy all the time. Anyway, you get the idea. Shoulders. Nice pump from those. That's good. Okay, moving on. Next we have quads. Moving on to the lower body. Quads. I'm going to do front squats. It just focuses the quads. I love squats. Squats obviously, the go-to, but front squats really hit the quads. And because I'm on the taller side, I find the leverages actually are better for hitting the quads than regular squats. Regular squats, it's a lot more hips and glutes for me, but with my leverages, the front squats force me to remain upright, which keeps a lot more on the quads. So I'm going to do a quick set. The knees are vaguely warm, so it shouldn't be too painful to watch. It takes me a while to get them going. I'm not going to give a direction on the front squats. There's millions of videos out there about front squats, and I really recommend you watch a proper power lifter, strong man, or bodybuilder who, proper expert on these sort of movements. Because you don't want to get these ones wrong. Slightly wideish stance, head up, and you see it forces you to stay upright, to keep the head up. With the regular squat, there is a tendency to lean forward when you're on the taller side. And for a bonus, I find it hits the core quite nicely as well, having the weight in front of it. Seems to wake the abs up a touch, which isn't a bad thing. That's quads. Okay, next up is hamstrings. For hamstrings, I'm going to choose a stiff leg deadlift. This variant I'm going to do is a cable variant. Again, I like the constant tension a cable brings to these sorts of movements. Again, we're trying to do this session fairly quickly, and you can't beat the ease of a machine. Stack cable. Get in position with the bar. Slight bend of the knee, very slight. Lock them in position, and then just down and forwards. And you'll feel the hamstrings there pull and squeeze at the top. Step back a little bit. So down, feel the hamstrings. And the straighter the legs, the bigger the pull on the hamstrings. Now this isn't about using stacks of weight. It's just nice strict tension on the hams. And again, with the cable pulling away, you get that extra stretch that you wouldn't with a barbell. Next up is calves. For calves, I'm going to keep it quite simple. Single leg calf raise with a dumbbell. It's quick and easy. You can find a corner of the gym, grab a dumbbell, go and get out of the way, and you're good to go. So what I'll do is hold the dumbbell on the same side as the leg I'm going to be training, and then get yourself in position, support yourself, and then squeeze at the top, stretch at the bottom, and you're off. And then bang smash. Swap the hand you're holding the dumbbell into the same side as the leg you're working on for the second portion of the exercise. Nice, simple, and effective. And then you can pop that down and just rep out if you really want to get a nice pump. Again, to recap, choose exercises you enjoy, but ones that are actually beneficial. 2, train with some intensity if you can. Once you start training and the blood starts to get flowing, you will want to hit it. Half the battle is actually getting yourself into the gym. Choose exercises you enjoy, not just ones you enjoy, but exercises that are beneficial and useful. And most importantly, just keep turning up. Train, consistency. That's it. If you've made it this far, thanks for watching. Thanks for the patience with the quality of the video. I'm going to make more and keep working on improving the quality. Cheers.